Good morning, students. Welcome to my class. Today's topic is independence of judiciary from the control of executive and legislature. What does it mean? Judiciary is an autonomous body. Independence of judiciary is ensured by the following devices. Number one, appointment of judges, removal of judges. 3. Security of tenure. 4. Security of salaries and service conditions. Number 5. Freedom to announce decisions and decrees. Number 6. Punishment for contempt of court. 7. Full control over its procedure of work and establishment. 8. No discussion in the legislature on the conduct of judges. And last and final, prohibition of practice after retirement. Coming to the first device, appointment of judges. Every judge of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President after consultation with the Cabinet as well as the judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Thus, the judiciary and the executive are involved in the appointment of judges. Number 2, removal of judges. The President of India can appoint judges, but he cannot be removed them. A judge can be removed by the President only for proved misbehavior and incapacity. This charge needs to be proved only by a joint address by both the House of Parliament and supported by a two-thirds majority of members present and voting. Number 3, security of tenure. A judge can remain in office till he has attained the age of 65 years. Number 4, security of salaries and service conditions. The salaries of the judges cannot be reduced except during periods of financial emergency. Their salaries and allowances are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India and so are not subject to vote of Parliament. Number 5, freedom to announce decisions and decrees. The judges are free to announce their decisions and decrees, orders in the court chambers without any danger to their person, property, or fame. Their decisions cannot be criticized in public or by the press. Number 6, punishment for contempt of court. The Supreme Court can punish for the contempt of court if a person or authority makes an attempt to lower its authority. Number 7, full control over its procedure of work and establishment. The Supreme Court is free to decide its own procedures of work and its establishment as well as the conditions of service of its employees. Number 8, no discussion in the legislature on the conduct of judges. No discussion can take place in the parliament regarding the conduct of any judge or about the discharge of his duties except when there is a motion for his removal. Ninth, prohibition of practice after retirement. The judges are paid handsome pensions, but they are not allowed to practice after their retirement. This has been done so that the judges are not obliged, not forced during their tenure as judges to any prospective employer. Functions of the Supreme Court: settlement of disputes, original on appeals, appeal by special leave, original. Supreme Court settles disputes between the central government and one or more states and the union territories, as well as between different states and UTs. On appeals, the Supreme Court gives its verdict or judgment on the interpretation of the Constitution. It hears appeals involving interpretation of the Constitution on civil and criminal cases where special point of law is involved. Appeal by special leave. Appeal by special leave. Supreme Court has a special power which is to be exercised only under exceptional circumstances. The court has laid down the principles according to which this power shall be used. Number 1. In civil cases, special leave to appeal would not be granted unless there is a question of law or general public interest involved in the case. Number 2. In criminal cases, the Supreme Court interferes when it is shown that exceptional and special circumstances exist and grave injustice has been done. Number 3. The Supreme Court could quash, could cancel the decision of a tribunal when the tribunal has exceeded its jurisdiction or adopted a procedure which runs against the establishment rules of natural justice. Thank you.